Howdy, howdy. Welcome back to another episode of Dark Souls 1. So, it's been a decent bit. Been about a month since the last recording, I think. And to be honest, I don't remember 100% where I need to go, but I know I can go towards the asylum, but I do want to talk about why I haven't been posting as consistently, so I'm going to put a little warning here. If you do not want to kind of hear someone else rehash kind of what's been happening in like American news and whatnot, then I'd highly recommend you either don't watch this video, or if there is a point where maybe I'm not talking about it, I'll put a timestamp somewhere in this screen frame, whatever. But in general, I have a lot of thoughts that I just really haven't. I've had a lot weighing me down, so I'm going to talk about them. Like I said, you've been warned. If you don't want to hear me rant, don't watch or skip to the timestamp that maybe I will or won't link. Who knows? That being said, a lot of my thoughts really. Sorry. How do I. I've never done something like this before, but. So forgive me if there's a lot of cuts, but. To really kind of. Really drive home what it is that has been making me not want to record. It's. Ah, shit. Well, it's really honestly been everything that's been happening in kind of the whole American mess, if you will. I don't want to say it's politics because it's more than that. Politics is something like disagreeing with tax codes or how we decide to handle certain affairs, and I don't know, usually things that are a little more based on where we want to see our taxes used in, social programs and how people should be held accountable. But more recently, I don't think it's a politics issue anymore. There are people in our own streets here in America being killed by other Americans for something as simple as saying, I think that American citizens, sorry, I'm gonna keep fucking up this jump because it's been so long since I've played and I'm kind of upset as well. But it's not just politics, it's more more so, in my opinion, morality. It's more about what you think is right and wrong. It's, I wouldn't even say it's that. I don't even think it's a matter of opinion anymore. I think most normal, rational people can agree that killing innocent people is bad. I don't think that's a hot take. I think deporting people who have every right to be in this country is just downright deplorable. There's half the time no merit and no legal process to a lot of the deportations, quote unquote, that have been happening. Well, they're not quote unquote, they just happen. They're just sending off Americans because they're a different color than Europeans, I guess. I don't know. Where getting mad at like the completely wrong crowd. We're just upset at the completely wrong people, in my opinion. Maybe this isn't something I can do. Well, I tried. In that case, I know where I can possibly go. But it's not so simple as just politics, in my opinion, anymore. You know, and even beyond ICE and all the deplorable shit they've been doing. Oh, yeah, right. Literal concentration camps on American soil. You know, that's the kind of stuff we were told about in, like, history classes that, like, the Nazis did. And people are wondering why ICE agents are being called Nazis and Gestapo, and why it's being called a fascist regime. It's almost like the last time we had a fascist regime somewhere in the world, or even current. No, I don't know if there's any truly fascist regimes in the world. There might be. I'm not educated enough on it, you know, as a stupid little American myself. But we're letting it happen on our own soil at the behest of a man who's not even really allegedly, but for legal purposes, you have to say alleged. Someone who's an alleged pedophile and cannibal. And there are people who still want to support him, who still buy the MAGA merch and the MAGA message, and people who still want to believe in this message. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, I thought at the very least that most people were in alignment of pedophilia is bad, and people who are even suspected of being pedophiles should be thoroughly investigated and held accountable for anything they may have or may not have done, you know? Regardless of what it is that you believe, you'd want to make sure that the person that is currently leading your country, at least its figurehead, would at the very least not be someone who's harming children. You know? Like, that shouldn't be a crazy take. That shouldn't be something that has to be debated and argued, and we need to have a middle ground conversation about it. There shouldn't be a middle ground about this. It should simply be that, you know, we really need to make sure that, A, there aren't evil people in charge of our in charge of all of our money, our military, our foreign affairs, you know, things that matter a lot. At least I think so. Oh wow, you people, uh-oh. This might have been a mistake. But we're just okay with letting these people run free without trial? It makes no sense to me. It really makes no sense to me. And a part that's really been eating at me is there's some people in my family who are okay with what the current administration is doing, not only to other Americans, but what the people in the administration have done to children, allegedly. I don't know. I guess I don't want to speak too much into that, but it's just wild to me where the exceptions and the lines that are being crossed, that they're seemingly willing to let be crossed. You know? I just don't get it. I really don't. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. 'Cause it's like a few years ago, I knew many of these people to be very against anything from the Middle East. They didn't care what part of the Middle East you were from. They didn't like you. But now, because it's Israel and they're funding most politicians that are currently in power and currently making decisions for your for the U.S., you know, and they don't care. They're okay with it. People in my family say, well, it's okay, you know. Fox News told me, you know, I should be trusting these people that are funded by AIPAC, and I shouldn't question it. I shouldn't think anything of the Epstein files because it's a Democratic hoax. It's from the side side of politics where I dislike the color of. They're blue and I'm a red-blooded American. Grr. You know, like, this guy ran on Make America Great Again. You know, I'm not seeing America be any better. I'm paying more in rent and in utilities and taxes than I have in previous years, but oh boy, does it feel good to be part of the winning team. Like, really? Is that what we want? Is just to be part of the winning team? We care for nothing else. We don't want people being held accountable for their actions. We don't want, you know, potential pedophiles being put in prisons. We don't want justice for children. No, we just want to be part of the winning team. We want to be on the side that's putting innocent civilians in fucking concentration camps for the crime, I guess, of being a tax-paying citizen? Uh-oh. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there are multiple reports showing that most of the worst, as they say, people that they're rounding up and putting in these unmarked vans and taking them away, they're finding most of these people through employment statuses and tax sheets or tax records. They're not finding them through criminal reports. You know, there's some criminals that they're deporting, and, you know, there's some merit to deporting criminals. I understand. I certainly wouldn't want people who not only are not paying taxes, but are also just actively causing issues in a country where they're technically not doing anything to legally become citizens of or participate in the tax payment of said place. I can understand that argument. What I don't understand is, why are we taking away the ones who are actually trying to participate in the system that you're saying they need to participate in? And why are we okay with how we're treating them? America is supposed to be this oh so great place, yet we're putting these people in some of the worst conditions ever. Like, rotted food, no blankets, all of the like. The Christian Party, as they call themselves, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. To call yourself a Christian and then be okay with how they're treating these people. I don't believe Jesus was a very big proponent or a very big practitioner of, you know, well, you're technically not supposed to be on this land, so, you know, what's the whole thing with the love thy neighbor? You know? It makes me question if any of these people have really read the Bible that they so claim to love.
This is a surprise. I get few visitors, save for ghosts. You have the Lord Vessel. Very impressive. I know exactly what your intentions are. You seek the four kings whom I guard over. This is the key to the seal. The four kings slumber in the deepest chamber of the ruins. Use this key to break the seal and open the floodgates. Oh, and do not forget, the dark wraiths reside in a dark void called the Abyss. But the Abyss is no place for ordinary mortals. Although, long ago, the knight Artorias traversed the Abyss. If you can find him and learn from him, the Abyss may prove surmountable. Hello there, the key. New Londo was sacred, mark my words. The dark wraiths are the enemy. They were never meant to roam.
But like I was saying, I've been having a hard time. Okay. In all of this that I'm talking about and trying to get at, my main point is it's been really hard to find the will or any kind of want to record and just kind of yap while playing Dark Souls 1. A game that, quite frankly, I gotta be honest, I haven't really been enjoying. It's fine, it's probably just a product of its time, whatever it is you want to call it. But it's not been for me. But it's been hard when... It's been even harder to really muster up any kind of motivation to play this, record it, and talk about anything but what I'm currently discussing. When that's... well, what's kind of just everywhere on the news. It's everywhere on the internet. It's kind of hard to not know about it. It's impossible to not have heard about some of the things that these Epstein files implicate a lot of people in. You know, the actions, the things that they talk about, the absolute debauchery that has been taking place. Like, again, I think I said it earlier, but fucking cannibalism. Selling off actual children in these weird, very fucking weird markets, I guess, or I don't even know what to call it. Calling it anything other than evil just makes me feel sick. Because that's what it is, no? It's absolutely atrocious, and the fact that these people are allowed to walk around and have as much power and influence as they do, it doesn't... I don't think it disturbs people enough. I don't think enough people are outraged. I know that there are protests happening, and I know that there are people wanting to make changes, and, you know, there are people wanting to vote. Get out there and vote, you know? But I have to wonder if that really is enough, if that really will change anything, you know? You don't see change happening all that often. You still see the same guy in office making the same absolutely un-American, just completely traitorous choices, in my opinion, to the American people, selling everyone out to cover for his sins and the things that he's done. Is this what America is supposed to be? I didn't think it was. I thought, you know, land of the free, home of the brave. but it seems like just the entirety of American values have been used recently to wipe the ass of the man who has campaigned on American values and traditionalism, and now what, where I don't know what America really is anymore. Not anything good. I simply don't know anymore. And it's hard kind of just doing the same thing every day, you know? Going to work every day, doing the same job, and going home to what? I can't make any changes about the world that I am in. I can't do anything other than protest and vote and watch kind of idly as my country, the place where I live, is just openly allowing, honestly, and almost in some cases endorsing, and some people actively endorsing that guy that sits in his little office spending unfathomable amounts of tax dollars on making sure that he stays in power and that people stay in fear and that nothing changes. Every day I find it hard not to be disgusted, you know? Just even knowing that, like, my tax dollars are being used to pay into this at all for any reasons. I just don't understand why there hasn't been more of an outrage from the American people. I mean, we were willing to storm the Capitol when that guy simply claimed the elections were stolen from him, but when there are multiple sources that can place that same guy as someone who is harming children, they're not outraged. They're not willing to storm the Capitol again. I don't get it. I just kind of find it hard to believe. This is where I came from. Don't think so. I just find it all very difficult to believe that this is where America is and kind of what's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know. Every day, I guess I feel a little crazier for even, like, being as angry as I am, you know? I was always someone who kind of has the mentality of I shouldn't stress over things I can't control, you know? Because ultimately, what does it lead to? It just leads to me being kind of stressed out and angry like I have been, and even though I've, you know, not really been able to not be angry and disgusted by everything, it's, I don't know. I don't know. I'm simply left speechless a lot of the time. I've also, again, been mad at some of my family, and I wondered to myself, is it really, like, insane to get mad at people over quote unquote politics? Then I really sit and think, I'm like, well, it's not just politics, but there's so many people that will sit there and tell you it is just politics, you know? All these people who are pro this and pro that, you know, when all of this is over, at the end of the day, it's just politics. It's just, you know, difference of opinion. It's like, well, even now, I really can't seem to justify that anymore because if it's just politics, there's a lot of things that, well, it's just politics, right? That's the argument we're gonna make. Nazi Germany was just politics, right? Just following orders and whatnot. And just people wanting to see their country made whole again. Totally excuses everything everyone believed in, did, and said. You know, because it was just politics. It's just politics, right? But again, I can't believe that people can actually think that it's just politics. It's not a class war, it's not, you know, the American people being lied to or anything like that. It's just politics. Right? That's all I'm supposed to think about it, right? It's just the Democrats versus Republicans, liberals and conservatives, and, you know, the hate speech. Just politics, man. Supporting citizens, it's all just politics, right? That's what you want me to genuinely believe and feel, right? But I can't. I really can't bring myself to just feel like it's just politics. I have a lot of runes and no Estus, so un momento, por favor, if you will. Okay, so on my way to get some Estus, I did in fact try to use my Firekeeper soul to maybe bring back my Firekeeper, because I did some research and oh shit, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I did some research and I learned that I definitely fucked up the Firekeeper quest. So anyway, I think I pretty much covered most of the reason why I haven't been around. It's probably just incoherent rambling. I'm not gonna lie. I've just been upset and angry at everything. And that's kind of the gist of it if you're someone who skipped to this point. I opened the gate. I'll include the cutscene because I didn't talk during that, so I won't be impeded by my anger or anything, I guess. But that's a neat little ambush, I guess. Okay. Nope. don't even want to engage with you lot. If you feel kind of the same way, I mean, feel free to comment or something, and I don't know. Maybe we can talk about it, at least that way I'm not feeling as crazy. That is a fucking miracle I survived that. Holy fuck. But yeah, I generally don't know how Jesus. Okay, it's a big fucking AoE. Yeah, damn. That's a tough one. That's a lot of resources down the drain, eh? To make this easier on myself, because honestly, I'm at a point in this game where I kind of don't care anymore. I'm looking up if there's a quicker bonfire nearby. Spoiler alert, there's not one. That is 36,000 souls gone, 5 humanities I didn't know that I could waste, because I didn't know that using a Firekeeper's soul gave you 5 humanities. I don't even think that's in the item description, just to make sure I'm not crazy. Oh, okay, well, there it is. So, that's cool. I should have read more. My mistake. Am I supposed to go that way? Okay. That Projectile moves really slowly. Eh, not much to do to dodge that at this range. Okay, my strategy is now to try and tank the magic damage. I think that's what they do. Because when I was fighting them, I wasn't really able to dodge a lot of their attacks. Even like the projectile one, it literally chased me until it hit me. And that big explosion they deal, or they do, oh, excuse me, is very obnoxious. So, ooh, I should, wait, oh, I need, where's my Yido? I just want to make sure it's, I mean, it's got enough durability, maybe. Might want to repair it, though, next time I'm at a bonfire. I don't remember if that costs souls or not, but I'm sure I can maybe get some souls together. No! Aww. Oh, I don't even know where to buy pine resin, bro. You know what, actually, I have a lightning weapon already. I'm not sure if the lightning was doing more damage or not. All I know is I was taking a lot less damage until I got one shot. So let's I'm just looking for as much magic defense as possible now. Yep, this goofy fit will do. Just kill me, bro. Just fucking kill me. This weapon sucks. Okay, I thought maybe lightning would be the way to kill them, but whatever. Transparency. I am gonna go farming for souls so I can upgrade my Yido to do more damage, because Every time I die, I try to look up better ways to deal with Four Kings, and most things are saying it's kind of a DPS check, so DPS we shall.
Go ahead. Even an undead.
Okay, alright. I got my Yido to like, yeah, plus 10. Yeah, that took a little longer than I liked, but honestly, let's see if it's worth it. Because, yeah. So, let's go. Oh boy. Try and kill them as fast as possible is what I believe your goal is. Wow, this is kind of a joke when you, huh. You actually have a decent weapon. Whatever. Means I can put on my normal stuff. So, that's the Four Kings done. It really just seems that all you need is a decent weapon. And to just have it good amount of health or defenses. Yeah. It's not fun. In the slightest. But, no kings, I suppose. Oh. I'm gonna try this again. I feel like maybe I just have to sit there longer. Okay. It was just a matter of sitting there for longer. Is there not a way to climb out? There it is. Hello there, sir. Heal your doll. I think I actually needed that. See, last time you ran in you run in here. Yeah, you have your little bonfire there. Yeah, the thing this is get your shield. Is that another? Oh my god, it is another Black Knight. Or, yeah, you're Black Knight. Sorry, buddy. What does that ring do? Oh. Well, I suppose that would have been nice a while ago. Oh, yeah. Think I can head back to, yeah. So, what was the... I think it'd be somewhere in here. Strange doll in strange dress. There was once an abomination who had no place in this world. She clutched this doll tightly and eventually was drawn into a cold, lonely, painted world. And I think that takes you to like the painted world or whatever. And that I can only surmise from the fact that I know that they're, because I've heard like talks at the painted world of whatever. I don't remember what it's called exactly. And then, you know, you get told, like, oh, I don't know. I heard about the painted world a long time ago. I can't remember from where. I was trying to, but I think I'm just blanking. So yeah, let's go there. so I'm not sure what to do for my final levels, to be honest. I could go for more stamina, I suppose. But... because I know the soft cap for Dex is really low in this game. So... like, I think the soft cap is like 35. I think the hard cap is like 50. I could be wrong. I could very much so be wrong. But at the end of the day, it's Madonna. But we're gonna go, yeah. I'm gonna go where I hypothesize the painted world is. Painted world of Ariamis. Oh, what the hell are you? Ah. What in the... fucking monstrous rats. Is there like... maybe it would just be easier to like... I will get this one. Okay. Is that just straight up not how you're supposed to do it? Maybe not. I don't actually see another way to get there. Oh, come on. I feel like that was so close. They leave little footprints. Oh dear God. Oh, what the fuck are you? Yeah, thing's fucking massive and I know it's gonna come to life. Oh boy. Actually, wait, there. Where would I drop down for this? Just like... Well, I feel like I can't drop down here for that. This is where I came from. Ah, I see. You're able to traverse this. Oh, jeez. Okay. Good thing I have a lot of these. Or, not a lot, but enough. See you there, pal. There's the other one. How do those rats sound like that, bro? It's fucking low-key intimidating. And they're just simply not. They're just... Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Humanities. Okay. It didn't really lead me anywhere. A detour, I suppose. So... is that a fucking Demon Souls reference? The fucking phalanx down there? Oh. There we go. Yeah, to me that looks like the fucking phalanx. I mean, I heard something, but I'm seeing. No, it looks like it'll kill me if I jump. Is there no way to go from here? Okay. Alright. I do not like that very much. Oh dear God, yeah. There's a lot of them. Another ring to sacrifice. Okay. Can I like open this or something? This is a very weird place, to say the least. Slots. Seems like there's kinda only down left to go. It's like that well over there, so... Yeah, there's that other, like... Okay. That's just plain old rude. Ah, okay. Oh, hey. Sick. I don't see much more of a reason to stay down here. So, up we go. Um, let's see. How many? Okay. Uh, so I know how to get to, I think her name's Priscilla, the half-breed, which is just straight ahead now. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that next time. This recording's been going on for damn near 3 hours, and I gotta comb through all that, so... For those of you who made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. Sorry I've been gone. If you want the explanation, I explained it earlier, kind of at the beginning of the video. I apologize for it sounding kind of incoherent at times and a little rambly, but it was just straight up rambles. I don't know. Maybe I'm throwing words out into the void. What do I care? But thank you so much for watching regardless. And if you continue to keep watching, that would be cool. But on that note, like I said, I'm going to leave it here. So I will see you in the next one. Toodles.